Okay, so hello and welcome. Everyone's doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Let's continue with the Lost Vikings. I think we're actually pretty close to the end of this. I'm going to say, and probably immediately regret it, I think we're close to the end of Wacky World levels. I can't be sure how many levels there are after that. I've been saying there's probably about 3, so let's see, what was the password? Oh yes, I remember now. This level's got a lot of those fans in it, doesn't it? Yes, right, okay. Let's see, so these fans, they blow you around. They'll blow you into those spikes. I'm going to guess that it will push me too fast for me to be able to get up in front of it. So, do I want to go up onto the left over there? One way to find out. Okay. And we need to activate that one to push you down. And there's a ladder. Right. Okay, I could get someone else up here. And I need to get Olaf over there, I think. That turns on that fan. Get that bomb. Okay, let's see. Olaf. I want you to follow Eric up there. Ooh, hey, hang on. No, you can't go up there because that ladder is not tall enough. Does that mean you can't actually get up there? Or do I have to go another way around? Yep, it is too far for you to go. Okay. What if you go this way? Okay. That switch doesn't really help me there, does it? Well, he's dead. Okay. So, Olaf, I'm guessing he has to go up and around? Oof. Because I thought I could get him to here, and then go down there and use him as a platform to press that switch, but... Oh, I see what happens. I think. So I think we need to put the bomb up there in the top left, and that will cause that wall to fall down through the hole there to here, and then I can use that as a platform. Okay. That means I need to go up and around there somewhere else. And I'm going to say that this switch here is a trap. I was just exploring anyway, but okay. So don't pull that switch. Unless you want to go back, I'd say. And what's this way? Spikes. Nope. Well, he's dead. Okay. I keep noticing that Eric's nose there has got a bit of a transparency issue on it. I can see the see through it. Okay, so there's a red keyhole up there. And I'm guessing I can't... Nope. Can't go up there. The fan is too strong. Thought so. Right. That means I need to go the way which I had been going. Up here. I need to get that bomb anyway. So turn that fan on. Get the bomb. Which is just over those spikes. Just because. Need to make things a little bit harder. How do I get down there without taking damage? Because I can't get Olaf up here and I can't glide down. Do I have to take damage? That seems unreasonable to me. Can't pass it through the wall. Unless I need to keep him there. And I would go with Olaf or Beliog. I don't need to go with Eric. I was thinking going over this way with Eric because he has the bomb. There we go. Go up here. Yeah. Go up here. Okay, there's a fan. Let me guess. There's spikes just up there. Yep. So how do I do this? I don't think I can get up any further there. No. Okay. So, what? Does that fan turn off when I flip that? No, it doesn't. Okay. That only controls that fan there. I'm going to guess that lever there turns off that fan there. That fan's still going. And I'm going to guess the red key there turns that fan off. I can't throw the... Oh, hang on. I could probably jump up there. Come to think of it. I just need enough speed. There we go. Okay, so... Drop bomb there. That lowers that platform down to there. You can jump. Turn that off. Olaf can use this pumper-upper. Go here. Use that. Get red key, which nicely doesn't have spikes above it. Okay, so let's see. What have I got to do here? We've got to turn the switch on. And I messed up. The fan's got to blow us. I wanted to, like, flip the switch, deflate, land back onto the platform, and then reuse the pump. But I think I've just got to flip the switch and go as fast as possible over to the right. Okay. So go down here, put that on, get bomb. There we go. Jump up here, get fruit, drop the bomb. I should probably have had, ooh, don't get squished by that, good practice there and kept the bomb on screen. Ah, yes, and there's a teleporter behind where that wall was, so Eric can now get teleported somewhere else. I don't know whether the fans can kill you if you, like, bump into them, whether they will pop you. It's not a big danger because it's really difficult getting close to them anyway, but... Okay, go over here. Get that. Slide back down. Get here. Get that. Poor Baliog's kind of left in the dirt here. Because there's very few enemies. And it's all just floating around and sort of maneuvering Vikings. And Olaf and Eric are all about that. Oh! I pressed F. And I meant to press F. S. Because Olaf can float, which makes him good to go around. This place looks familiar. Yeah, it's like we've already been here, remember. Repetition can make your memory a little fuzzy. Don't you start that now. And Eric, of course, being able to jump and move around quickly. I think in the sequel, Baliog actually does have an ability which is not just fighting. So he has a bit more utility. There we go. Ooh. Don't drop down there. Come on. There we go. Okay, I'll just leave you there for the moment. And go up here. Hang on. Nope, wrong way. There we go. Okay. Go up there. And up here. Go get that meat. There we go. Whoa. And get the key. And we'll just glide back down. Okay, let's see. I have to press S and then S again to flip that switch. Oh! And I forgot to turn off the other fan. Ah. It was all working so well. Okay. Go down here. Turn fan on. Die on spikes. You gonna get more snark? No, not yet. At least they put what I think is the best music in this level. Though too much of a good thing. Ah. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Come on. There we go. Okay. And now Olaf. And remember, once he's used this Pumper Opera, we'll switch back to Eric. Flip this switch. So that's off. For when Olaf comes back around. Oh. Damn it. It's like if you jump on a ramp. Oh, wow, he can fall down there. It's like if you jump on a ramp, it will remove your forward momentum. Is the issue I was having there. Like, imagine the ramp, even though it's smooth and Eric can run up it, imagine if it was like stairs. Perhaps it sort of is stairs, but Eric's like moving automatically up a single sort of tile of distance. Okay. S. There we go. Now, I have this key. What do I need to do with this key? I need to use it on that red door. On that red key. Red keyhole. And that means Olaf has to glide down here. Glide to here. This. Switch it over to the key. E. There we go. And there. And there. And we'll get Eric to go through the portal. And that will send him back down here. Okay. Let's see. What's up this way? Oh, hey, there's a enemy over there. It's one of those evil Baliogs. There's an enemy for you to fight. Go get him. There we go. So what's over here? Oh. Okay, well I need to get Baliog on that. Ooh, that was dangerous. There we go. And do I want to head over that way? I'll just leave him on that platform. Actually, Olaf, because I'm going up into an area where I might get too high. Okay, so we need a blue key for that. You can drop down there. And we'll just carefully move everyone over here. There we go. Right, now. Olaf, you can go. Ooh. Okay, good thing I sent him. There's the blue key. Let's get everyone back over again. Again, as a remark, as you can see what I'm doing, I'm putting their feet over the edge and the platform will actually pick them up and move them over automatically. It's better than having to drop onto the platform. Right, so I need to go up, press E to use the key on the keyhole, which will probably drop the electrical field. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna get everyone up there. Whoop. And Eric. There we go. Right. Eric, you can go. Whoa. Ow. Ow. Did I see someone else there? Oh. Right, yeah, it's I remember that enemy. It's a hand with a ball on the end of its, like, arm. and it throws it at you? Throws itself at you? It's very weird. I mean, what would you expect? Okay, so how am I going to do this? Oh, he can actually stand on Olaf's shield while he's floating around. There we go. Okay. Okay, okay, we're not dead. We got some meat. No. Good. Good. Okay. I'm going to need Olaf there again. Because he's got to do this again, I think. Oh, okay. I didn't have to glide back, but... Okay, and... Whoa! There we go. Hey, it's the exit! Nice. Not a portal though, so there's going to be another level of these after this. There's just spikes at the end, just to mess it, just in case you mess up once more. Well, we're making progress. I'm sick of spikes. I want monsters. I want monsters. Stop whining. And I thought those walls were giving me a headache. I want monsters too. Less spikes. Password TRPD. Okay. Right. Can I go up there? I can. What's this do? Oh. Okay, so I'm going to need to catch that block there and then drop it down again at a later point once I've finished using it. That means... Oh, let me see. I think I need to get Olaf up here so that he can stop those blocks from falling down to get Baliog over there. Judging by how that looks. Okay. You can't actually go high enough to be able to get that. Okay, so... Can I get that? I would like that room clear. Oh, hang on. I have an idea. Olaf, you're going to need to go back down here. And Eric. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now I'm still going to need Eric over here. Also, put that back there. Olaf. I want you there. Oof. That's not what I wanted you to do. Actually, I can use that, because now Belial can get across. And... flip. Too far. Okay. Glide over. Good. Eric. Jump up there. There we go. Right, now what I want to do is bump that. Put Olaf there. He'll hold those blocks. There we go. Also, be careful not to drop Olaf's shield while he's doing that. He will get crushed. Right, so yeah, that's where we need Baliog there to get rid of those 2 blocks. You can eat that fruit too. Okay. I'll destroy those, and guess I'll send you up here. There we go. Oh, hey, that's actually bouncing down that way. I don't think it can get to us, so... Actually, that would be a good candidate to use my room clearer on. Oh, I thought there was 2 there. Maybe it won't be a problem. Like how the spikes on the roof there, just to stop you from jumping if you felt like it. Not that you need to jump in that room. Okay. Right, now what's over this way? There is a switch. Okay, so hit that. That gets rid of the electrical field. Eric, get that meat. Gonna send you down here as well. I don't think we need both of you over here. Get out of here, you weird ball hand thing. Ah. Okay. Did I mess up? I didn't catch the thing in the hole there, but I don't think it really matters. Because I think I can drop Baliog onto the platform below there anyway. I can just, like, have him fall onto here. Okay, is that everything I need to do over there? Pretty sure. So let me glide you down. I'll put you here, and then I can just do this. Yeah, there we go. Right. So now I need to press that button there. And Olaf is the one, I think, to do that. Since he's going to be falling down a pit and he can glide. Eric. I'm going to give that to Olaf. Okay. Yeah, let's use that room clear. What's over this way? Okay, so I need a bomb from somewhere. Right. Well, there's a bomb. Ooh. Careful, Eric. Got there. Use the bomb. Go up again. Grab that key. And use that there. Okay. Hey, look at all that water. Oh, there we go. Like that. There we go. Is this a mess up? There's a button there. Okay, so I dropped the thing down. I catch it. It would crush Olaf if he was sitting under there. He couldn't like hold it to push it over. I'm pretty sure the block would be too heavy. What's this way? Fruit. And an elevator. I need to activate something over here, didn't know. Right. Okay, I've messed up. So that is for Olaf. But then what? Okay, so I do have to push that over to the... I need to drop down that hole and see what's down there. That was all going fine up to the point where it didn't. Let's see. If I drop Olaf down there... Okay. Can I drop the block on him? I'm pretty sure you... I mean, regardless, I'm going to need to get Olaf up there to be able to hold the falling block in place. Don't do that. There. Okay. Move over there. Get Baliog. Well, actually, yeah, do this. This is easier than trying to get Baliog to float over there. Okay. Oh, it actually... Eric actually moved through Olaf's shield. Okay, so... Get up here. Over there. No. Do I want that? No. Never mind. Okay, Olaf, stand there. Also, flip this. Baliog. This area is pretty much just for you, so... Though there is a little extra food if I take Eric through here. Let's... get that. Go over here. Okay. Like that. Down. Ow. Yep. Okay, good. The platform was in place. There's a problem there. Once Baliog has a arrow nooked, you can't cancel it. I'm pretty sure. Though, interestingly, he actually holds it. Oh! How about that? I didn't actually know you could do that. I have D, the button for Baliog to fire an arrow pressed, and I swap over to Eric or Olaf, and I have D still held down, and he keeps the arrow ready to fire. And then if I let go of D, he actually fires it. That's neat. Okay. I still feel like that block's going to get Olaf crushed. I guess we'll see. It just... The block seems like it would be too big. Actually. Okay. Position you there. I want you to jump up to here. Jump up to there. Push switch. Okay. He's perfectly fine. It's just the block seems like it would be really heavy and it will crush him, like that wall would crush Olaf if he didn't have his shield up, but I mean the block would crush him too if he didn't have his shield up as well, so I don't know. Okay, drop down. Yes, so I need to go down here. Go down there. Squeeze your fat self through those tiny hole. Okay. Whoop. Got bomb. It's also interesting that it doesn't get rid of that one block in the floor. Okay. And we can drop down again. Oop. Up here. And right, so this is where that instant kill would have been in handy. Actually going to do this. Okay, that activated a elevator for Olaf to get up. That's fine. Okay, there we go. Let me just get everyone up there. Took a bit of damage from that, but it should be fine. There's some health. Okay, swap that over to you. You can eat that. Now, what's going to happen here? That is a elevator that goes down, and I need to get Olaf to... I wonder whether I have to have them all on the elevator and have Olaf press buttons as he's floating down. Or can I just leave them up here? I guess we'll see. Yes, it was that. Okay. This is kind of the annoying thing about the game a bit. Figure out what an area does. It's like you finish one area and then you're sort of presented with a new puzzle. You do it wrong and you have to do the entire thing over again. Though, once you've done it, it's not that big of a deal. It's just, you know, going through the motions again. Oop. As we saw with that level last time, where it was 3 different paths for them. Let me get this. And can I see that guy from here? There we go. Oh. Have I mentioned that Eric, when he's running, he gets a fair bit of speed. It takes some time for him to slow down. Especially if you turn. He actually stops instantly. But if you turn, he keeps skidding for a little bit. So I guess if you want him to stop, it's better to just let go of the direction completely rather than have him try and turn around. But he would lose his momentum then. So I wouldn't have been able to make that jump if I had come to a complete stop. No. There we go. Get out of here. Okay, so Eric, flip switch, Olaf, get there. Baliog, you need to get up here now. Go. I just jumped completely over Olaf. Actually, I'm gonna have to keep you there. Okay, move you to there. Jump there. There we go. Ow. Don't you go killing me, you weird bouncy ball thing. Okay. Will I get Eric up there to... Let's see. Will I get Eric up there to get the extra food? Yes. Just in case that other fight with the handball thing there goes badly. Since it also seems like it's not going to be dropping down the pit there. Agree. But I will be giving that to Baliorg still. Okay, go there. Oh. I'm pretty sure I messed it up. Oh no, good. Oh. No, not Olaf. You don't want to get someone stuck behind there. There we go. Right, so Olaf, you've got to go down here. Baliog, drop down. Eric, drop down. And you've got to go through here. Oh! I thought I was over to the left enough. What happened? We failed again. I hate it when that happens. Okay. Oh yeah, and that room clear. Okay, well, we're going to get that. There we go. Yes. Just. Okay. Use that. There. Hang on. Okay. Annoying enemies, they can jump over you. And I'm going to get Eric up there again to get the meat, but I'm not going to drop him back down to give it to Baliog. I'm going to keep him up there. He can drop down the pit with Baliog. Okay. So get that. Eat meat. There we go. You have to run over. Now, is that? It is closed. Good. Good. Everything's going according to plan so far. Olaf. This button. That's another thing which can go wrong, of course, if Olaf floats past the button and you don't press it in time. Okay. I'm going to get rid of 2 of these. I don't actually need both of them there. Oh. There we go. Float over here. There. Drop bomb. Go there. Then like that. And there. Don't you beep at me. That's a keyhole. And it's the right color. I won't take no lip from no game. Okay. Right. I needed to drop the block down. Can I get back up and around? Probably not. Oh. Actually, I might be able to. If. Oh. Oh, it doesn't matter anymore. It's so frustrating. It's like you see all the steps you need to make and then you just make one wrong step. Okay. Olaf. Go here. It's like every time you move, you progress in the level, you have to like check off everything. It's like, have I done this? Have I done this? Have I done this? Yes? Good. If no, Weep profusely. Okay. Now, Eric, Olaf, you need to drop down here. Right, because I'm not going to have Olaf in there. There we go. It's funny, as I play these levels more, I remember them when I originally played this game years and years ago. Come on. There we go. Okay. Use fruit. Drop down. Since he's at full health, I'm not going to bother getting that meat. With Eric. At least from what I've seen so up until... Okay, so let me see. That is there. Good. Damn you. No, don't move Olaf yet. Baliog. You get over here. Eric. You can stay there, Olaf. Right. Don't press that button. Drop you down. Press the switch. Go there. Baliog, you can drop there. Eric, drop the block. It lands on top of Olaf. Hop over here. And then do this. Over there. And... Okay. Oh. I'm just waiting for the one time when I end up getting hitting Eric's head on the roof there. Okay. There we go. Right. Now, this next bit. What do I need to do? I need to glide down with Olaf, press a button, switch over to Baliog. No. Let's go through the portal, and then I will line up at least what I know so far with this bit that I have to do. I don't... I'm hoping I don't need to do something with Eric as well. Okay. Oh, and there's some food. Oh. Okay, so let's see. I need to, with Olaf, glide down to the left, and then back over, press a button, hop back onto the elevator, switch over to Baliog, which will be a control press, knock an arrow, hit a switch. I have to time that correctly, because if I miss the switch, well, then everything's just over. Okay. Less talking, more doing. Okay. Just, there we go. I hope you're going to be alright. Okay. Good. That's fine. That's fine. I think. Who was the interior decorator for this place? I don't know, some crazy person. It's very, oh, bugger. It's very eye-catching, isn't it? Okay. And then we have to start the level again. That was so close too. There's the portal right there. Maybe you could get them to do your living room. I'd be simultaneously impressed and also horrified if someone decided to have a checkerboard pattern on their wallpaper, as their wallpaper like this. With the blue, like, lumps as well. Electrical fields, spring pads, and targets optional. So we actually need to keep people on that platform. And I need to be Eric next. Get the key, run down. Use the key on the keyhole. And then switch over to Baliog to hit the other switch. Okay. So it goes Olaf, Baliog, Eric, and then Baliog again. Also welcome. Okay. Drop you there. Jump up. Go there. Get that. Put you down there. Okay, good. I need to flip the switch. Olaf, move to there. Oh, I did get rid of that enemy. Let me just go back and do that. There we go. I'd really rather not deal with that guy if I don't have to. They take 3 hits and they shoot shoot arrows at you. Eat fruit. Float up. Go there. Whoa. Okay. Like that. Haha! Bugger. I was so eager. I forgot to do that. No, not again. Do you realize how long we've been stuck here? Maybe we should buy a home here. This doesn't look like a place where I'd want to live. It was only a suggestion. Speaking of interior decorating. Now. Okay. Land you there. Oh. Come on. Go there. Yeah. I'll just do this. I mean, I'm gonna have to get Eric down there anyway, but... Come on. Okay. I've got nothing to say about that. Uh. Okay. Go over. Yes. Oh, sod you. You can see Olaf in the process of getting squished because he got hit by the enemy. Oh boy, we're just finding all new types of ways to fail at this, aren't we? And we were so close to the end too. The last level of Wacky World is certainly showing how tricky it is. Yep. All this careful, like, planning with the characters makes me very hesitant to do anything which I'm not 100% sure is, going to be alright. And for some reason, Bellyaug's sprite is, jiggling around there a bit. There we go. Get here. Get there. Drop that. Sod. I should probably just charge at it. I'm tired, Eric. We've been through this level too many times. Wake me when we finish it. Good night, Olaf. Have nice dreams of gliding over monsters. Good night, Olaf. Wait a minute. We need you to finish the level. Oh, sorry. I wonder if they do sleep. They probably have a rest between levels or something. Yeah. I just have to stay focused the entire time to make sure I don't miss anything of what I'm supposed to do. Okay. It would help if I could actually get past this guy and proceed to the rest of the level. There we go. It's just the fact that they can jump over you, which I hate. Okay. Like that. Ow. Sod you. Good. Don't move, Olaf. Eric, yeah, I'm going to get you to get that food. Oh, there we go. Up, down. Up, down. There we go. Olaf now. You go over here. And we just get Baliog there. I need to do that. You can drop down to there. Pull the lever. Drop the block on top of Olaf. Get the bomb. Float back up here. I mean, that part's not tricky. It's just maneuvering, and it's not even the most as difficult inflated Viking maneuvering as we've done in the past. Okay. Push that there. And go there. And go through the portal. Okay. Now, what was it? It was Olaf, Baliog, Eric, and then Baliog again. In the order which I have to switch between them. This is like getting the stars aligned. As soon as I press this button, I have to do all this. So let's see. Olaf has to glide down, press a button, get back onto the elevator. Baliog has to get an arrow ready, hit a switch. Then I have to switch to Eric, who has to collect the yellow key, drop down, use the yellow key on the yellow keyhole, get back onto the elevator. Then I have to go to Baliog, who has to hit another switch with an arrow. And then we can get to the exit. Oh, I thought it was going to drop us onto spikes. Ooh, there we go. Phew, that was close. Yeah, but we're safe now. Wait, yeah, but we're safe now. Nice work, man. Well, here we go again. Whoa. Intense concentration. It's just a part where panicking could make things go wrong. Ooh, hey, we're back on the ship. Password, TFFF. We're back in space. Good, now let's find this tomato character. Yeah, if he doesn't find us first. Okay. Right, so I guess Olaf has to go that way. Or maybe down there? Let's just head this way and see where it leads. Ooh. Okay, so I got a bomb. Do I have to drop that down? I think bombs can go through electrical grids. No, I have to get Baliog somewhere. Okay. And that is a yellow keyhole. Oh, bugger. Okay, well, let's have a look down here. Okay, there's another bomb. There's a weird sparkly thing down there. Okay. Ah. That's where I need to use the bomb. Okay. Does that teleport me back to have another go? It does, actually. Not that it makes much difference because Eric's dead, so let's just reload. But okay. Also, I like that they don't say the introductory text again, even though, you know, they say it when they enter the level. Just so that you're not having to constantly go through the dialogue over and over again. What's down here? Oh, hey, that's actually an open passage there. Okay, good to know. Also, you'll note those electrical beams there lack the block, the emitter block on the end of them. It means you can't stand on the edge of them. Okay, so we teleport through here. Drop down here. Drop the bomb there. There we go. I wonder what else that did. Oh. I don't think I have to drop the key there. I think I can keep Eric over here. He didn't jump off the ladder. Over there. Because Baliog has to get over to the left and fire an arrow across. Okay. Do this. And I don't think I can drop a bomb to destroy that target. I half wonder whether I have to drop Olaf down there. Let's have a look and see what's there. Hey, a blue key. Okay. So good, I needed to do that. And that blocks that off. Right. Again, I'm glad that the alarm ends up stopping. Go. Get that room clear. And I'm going to need Eric to go back over to that area. And there's another gliding area there for Olaf. Okay. There we go. Tricky. Whoa. Oh! He didn't land on the platform. Okay. Do that. Do we need to get another blue key? Because there's a blue key in front of the exit there. Seems like it is. Seems like we do. Okay. I wasn't aware that the levels could have, like, multiple of the same key in them. Olaf, you go up. Do I want to send the elevator down for Beliog? There is a teleporter there. I'm just going to have to go for it. I don't know whether I'm supposed to move the elevator back up or not. Okay, there we go. Come on, let me get on that platform. There we go. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, we've got electrical beams here which are turning on and off. Okay, so what? I use a bomb here, I guess? Yeah, I must. Does that get rid of the whole thing? I want to see that. Yes, it does. Okay. I thought maybe I'd have to get like another bomb and destroy the other half of it, but no, one bomb gets rid of the entire area. The bombs don't really... They're not really like an area explosion. They're more of a trigger to... which causes an event to occur, if that makes sense. So, using a bomb near the wall, you don't have to, like, have it in a specific position. It's sort of just... If the bomb goes off near the wall, then the areas which can be affected by that will blow up. All the ones which are supposed to go off will blow up. It's not like it's exploding in a diamond shape or something like that. At least that's my, that's what I feel like it's like. I think you can hurt enemies with bombs. But because bombs tend to be used during puzzles so much, you tend not to want to use them for that, and they've got more important uses. Okay. Okay. And that's a case where you have to pan the camera because the arrow will disappear off screen. If you don't. No. There we go. Careful. Okay. Now Olaf, I'm guessing you... No, you do not go down there. Can I hit you with an arrow? No, of course I can't, because I can fire through you. I could have seen that if I had changed the camera to Beliog. Damn it. I had also. Not this level again. Now look here, player. We're tired of this level. We just started it. No more mistakes, okay? Don't be so hard on the player, Beliog. Human beings are very sensitive. Thank you. I'm trying my best. Apparently that's not good enough. You keep snarking me like that and I'll just quit the game. I don't have to finish this, you know. Okay. Yes, and I need you to go up there. I'm still unsure about Beliog there, but we'll deal with that when I need to. Ooh. Damn it! Whoa. Okay, now before I do anything else, Eric, you have to drop down here, press that button. And there's a portal there which you can get into. Right. Now, Olaf. Okay, okay. Okay, let me see. Where do these go? Right. I'm gonna have to move that elevator so that people don't get electrocuted by that, aren't I? Ooh, this one sends you somewhere else. A bomb. And over there. Okay. Ooh, this there, okay. This entire corridor is gravitied. Actually need to dodge a bunch of fruit there. If you pick up all of that fruit, you won't be able to pick up the key. And you wouldn't be able to eat the fruit as you pick it up either, because once you're full health, you can't eat it. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Is for Eric or Olaf? I'm guessing the one above me is for Eric. I'm gonna hop onto the platform from over here. Actually, let me just use that in preparation. I might have messed up. Yes. No, hang on. So that's for Eric. Okay. Because I have to jump from platform or... Right. Okay, and I need to... What? Oh, okay, I can jump across that gap. Okay, good. Hit that switch. Now where's this go? Okay, good. Baliog, you've got to go back down, I think. Oh, nerve, nerve wracking. Okay, get that. There we go. Okay, that's actually the entire level. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit with Baliog, because otherwise I don't think he'll be able to get over that. Well, he might be able to. Yep, okay, good. Oh boy. Whoa. And Eric. So you're back aboard my ship. Why don't you let us go back home, Tomato? Silly Vikings, don't you know that an evil space alien needs innocent prisoners? Well, okay, that's his reasons. I think he was setting up a zoo or something. Password, FRGT. Okay. What's over here? Right. There's not really much else I can do. I just have to send you all through the portal. But you can't do anything there. Oh no. No, no, no. You can. Because I can get a Baliog to shoot that button. There we go. It also stopped the grinder, and I can walk across it now. Okay. Good. Eric, get the bombs. Do I want you to drop down there? I'm going to give you these bombs, Olaf. That might be a mistake. Okay, I think you're all going to need to go through there. In that case, I might give them back to Eric. Just because usually I would imagine the character which picked up the bombs is the one who's supposed to use them. But I expect the game to flip that on its head at some point. If it, and I'm sure it has already. I think I could just walk through these if you time it with the first one. Actually, I'm gonna put Daliorg over here. I feel like there's one section where you need to get something done before one of the bombable areas is completely destroyed. Like you've got to move across the bricks or stand on them while they're getting destroyed. Okay. Okay, I see what I need to do there. Eric, go up there. Okay. If I teleport again, that just puts you in the same location. Okay. Well, what we need to do here is this. Like that. And I think I will need to get you in that teleporter. Nearly fell off there. Okay, can I actually see what's below? Okay, so there's some electrical fields there, and then it's bouncy pads, and there's a red key which I have to get. Okay, I see. There we go. And good thing Eric has that bomb. Or is it? Yes, now I can jump up from there from below. Okay. Oh, I want you to drop down there. I can't see. Well. There we go. It's a switch puzzle. There we go, they're all off. Switch puzzles while you're bouncing. There we go. Okay, now it's a Gauntlet of Enemies. Oh joy. And these ones can shoot. Whoa. There we go. There's one bit of me. Whoa. There we go. Get that. Teleports you to there. Olaf. So we actually have, I think, the 2 keys we need. Now I just need to do this with you. Which is what? Techno Vikings. Yes. It's rather futuristic. Back on the spaceship, which abducted us to begin with. How am I supposed to get down? Oh, hang on. I think it's using the falling momentum? Yes. Okay. Yes, because they don't make you move upwards immediately. It takes a little while, so if you're falling... Yeah, I wasn't falling fast enough. If you jump, it seems like it pulls you up higher. Pulls you up faster. Also, welcome. There we go. Why is there, like, plasma dropping out of the side, out of the roof there? Ow! You have to wait until he's, like, bumps against the roof. Tricky. At least it's not spikes everywhere, but okay, it was Olaf who went. That didn't matter for there. Now it's just instant death. Electrical beams. I think the damage area for those bombs standing near to them is only the size of the cloud. The little boom cloud which appears. I've got to get through those enemies again. Oh well. Ooh, hang on, see where he goes. Okay, to there. Huh. Jump up to there. Go through there. Okay. Glide to there. Drop down. Use arrow. Hop onto teleporter. Okay. Oh. Like that. There we go. Right. You drop down. I like how expressive they are. Okay. Right, go here. Wait for it. But wait for it to start heading back. Ooh. It's just like some kind of blue sparkly brain on a bowl. Okay. Right. Now Eric. It'd be neat if Belial could fire an arrow up into that button, but I guess he hasn't figured out how to do that yet. Okay, so let's wait for the alarm to end, because it kind of messes with the visuals. There we go. Oh! Well, thank you for giving me some health here in case I took a hit. There we go. That's what I needed to do. When he bumps his head on the roof, he gets some downward momentum, which he can use to traverse through. I guess just because sometimes I suppose the fireballs or whatever might not line up with everything else. Oh, sod you. It hit me and it pushed me. Okay, bombs. They're there. I was going to say last time, you could probably run through all of them, but I feel like Eric would, if you ran through them, he would be too fast and he would get hit by one of the electrical beams before it's completely disappeared. He wouldn't be able to do what Olaf just did. Because he'd end up running into one of them. Because I believe Olaf and Belial are the same speed, but Eric's, you know, quite a bit faster. Okay. Ugh. temporarily forgot the button for the teleporter there. Okay. You're not lined up the way that you were last time. His descending arc was on the other side of the room last time, whereas in that time it was like it was at the height of his arc. I'm glad that enemies don't hurt you on contact. They have to actually shoot you or like bite you or do an attack to actually hurt you. How many times have I done this level? Maybe about, I think this is like third or fourth try this time. It took some of the earlier levels. We were stuck on some other levels earlier. But oh. Okay. Up here. I don't know. Have we been snarked at yet for failing on this level? I feel like we haven't. Ow. Actually, getting hit by those little fireballs is not too bad because they also push you down a bit. I mean, you take damage, but it's not like getting hit by them will ruin you traveling across there. No, it could have done without them there. Again, it's sort of... You just have to go for it. Snark? No, not yet. Okay, Eric, go through. Oh, bugger it. Can I fix this? I think I can. Good. Because Eric needs to go up through there. Okay. If I speed through some things, it's more because some of the same elements of it have been used in several other levels, so I've had quite a bit of practice at, like, dodging things while floating and all that. Unless Eric decides not to jump across the gap. Still no snark. Okay. There. Maybe we won't be able to finish this tonight. And get Ballyold down there. Get out of the teleporter. That's for people. Not for weird electrical floating brain things. Okay. Olaf, you can actually go down first, just in case I foul up the jump. Like that. Okay. Eric's stuck over there. Olaf can glide down there to get the key. Yep. Oh, did that enemy try and shoot me through the wall? So they try and shoot at you when you're on the same plane as they are. I must have seen that in previous levels. Okay. There. Yeah, now you're descending arcs on the other side of the room. It makes it easier. I have more time to dodge your little electrical bolts. I don't think they adjust their flying pattern when they're actually shooting at you, so you might be able to just run underneath them if you're fast enough. Which I'm not going to try. It'd be interesting to see what people are able to do if they're speedrunning this game. Apparently people have finished this game in like 2 hours. Okay. Get shield. Got bomb. Not there. 2 hours down, that's fast. It is. I mean, I'm going off a comment someone made in one of the previous streams. I haven't checked it myself, but if it's something around like that, it's be very impressive. The levels aren't necessarily that long if you know what you're doing. It would be more finding the most efficient order to, like, move the Vikings around in. Okay. I mean, shield's not going to do anything. Okay. I was paying attention more to the lightning fields there and not the fireballs. Whoa! Damn it! Of course, there's another room with lightning above it. Sounds fast, but I played 1,000 hours to find a way to finish it in 2 hours. The dedication for people with with speedrunning is very impressive. It's not something I watch myself, but I like all the oh, what's it called? Like all the little glitches and bugs people take advantage of to be able to progress through levels faster or areas faster. The great one being Super Mario 64 and the backwards long jump. That just it amuses me so much that this place looks familiar. Yeah, it's like we've been here already. Repetition can make your memory a little fuzzy. I've already seen that. I think. Though I would imagine there's not really... I don't know whether there would be that many bugs or glitches you could exploit in this game. Mostly because I wouldn't think there'd be many ways you could, like, interact with things. So you'd be kind of stuck with going through the levels. I don't know whether there would be an actual, like... It doesn't seem like the type of game you could, level skip through. I mean, you could put the password in, but, you know. Maybe that would be... I mean, if that was, like... Would fastest run count as using a password? Probably not. You'd have to go through all the levels. Okay. It wouldn't be something like in, again, Super Mario 64, where you can glitch yourself through a door and avoid having to collect a number of the stars. Okay, so you're down there, but you can go through here. Some speedruns are boring, but others mind-blowing to watch. I suppose it's not really so much that I'd find it boring, it's just not something I ever really looked at. I mean, I can understand that. I would find... I guess part of me is like... Because I really like a game like Ocarina of Time, I don't necessarily want to see the game broken down to, like, the minimum steps you have to take to be able to finish it. It kind of it destroys the illusion of the game for me. I haven't played that game since I used to borrow it from a video store back in the 90s, but, okay. Sorry, I trailed off there. I couldn't think of anything else I wanted to say. There. I've never been a person who's been too concerned about doing things as efficiently as possible in video games, so... Okay. There we go. Okay, and go up. Renting games in the 90s was fun. Also remember my parents renting a VCR before too. I think I played... Oh, let's see. I only had a Nintendo 64 as a console at the time. Though I now have several, but at the time, I had 4 games, and I was pretty happy with them. It was, what was it? Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Donkey Kong 64, and F-Zero X. And, to me, that was like enough variation that I was, you know, just happy going between those whenever I wanted to play something. Even though 3 of them are very similar to each other, but Banjo-Tooie had first-person segments in it, and you could play multiplayer, so... And, a whole bunch of other games from the time, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, I played through. I think I finished Majora's Mask, by renting them from the video store. I think I also played Kirby, oh, bugger. Kirby and the, Crystal Shards, was it? Mario Party games as well. They didn't have everything. All the, 64 games there, but... probably spent more money borrowing the games than I would have if we had just bought it from the videos. If bought it from the, store, but... Oh well. The place has since gone out of business, but... Back when people were selling all the Nintendo 64 games, my brother had the foresight to purchase a bunch of them, so we now actually own games like Legend, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Super Mario 64. Since I was so content just sitting on my 4 games. Which is a good thing now, because it's so much more expensive if you wanted to purchase them now. Okay. So growing up, I think the earliest console I played on was a NES. And that was one of my friends who had that. I think it was his older brothers. And another one of my friends had a Super Nintendo, which I've mentioned before. The only game I can remember him having on it was, which I can remember playing on it, was Hook. The the tie-in game for the Peter Pan movie with Robin Williams. But he must have had some other ones, but I can't remember what they would have been. Maybe Super Mario Land. I think pretty much everyone had that. I've even got that now. And the NES had, what, like, Donkey Kong, Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, because he had the, light gun. I feel like another one of my friends had a game... Oh, what was it? Was it like Gorillas or something like that? Not the band. It was like a top-down co-op shooter. You played as soldiers and you were running around shooting enemy guys. And I remember there was moments where, like, pigs would run across the screen and you collect them for points. Bug up. Miss your SNES. I was lucky to actually have one of my friends offer it to me not too long ago, so I snapped up the opportunity to take it. So don't miss those CRT TVs that were basically massive brick. Needly 2 people with that forklift to move the thing. Yeah, they were rather inconvenient. I can't say I miss them. I like how sort of things all work together. I have my Switch here, and I don't need to have a TV in my room because I can just plug it into one of my monitors, which is really useful because it uses HDMI, and same as used on my computer monitors. So that's nice. Of course, if I wanted to look up a Nintendo 64, I'd have to have a, you know, what are they, RGB cables? First console was the Atari 2600. You had a television too at that time. I would like to play some games from like Atari and the television. I think the only one I really would have played would have been Pitfall. As well as maybe some others which had releases elsewhere. In television, the problem I find with a lot of those, the further back you get, is how to actually play the games becomes more obscure. I'm sure it's just a matter of reading the manual. But it's like there's a lot less feedback, I think, from whether what you're doing is the right thing or not. I'm thinking television. Let's see, a game for that. Would that have had the egg type character on it? Or was that ZX Spectrum? Sunset Warriors, perhaps. Is that the game which I'm thinking of? No. But that was an arcade. I don't think that. Sorry if I'm mixing it up. Miss the old arcade games. Too bad there isn't an arcade hall near to where you live. I think there's one near here. There's this sort of series of places, if they still exist, called Time Zone, which used to be the place I'd go to for birthday parties. That and a laser tag place called Dark Zone, but I don't know whether that would be still there or not. Television has really great games. The controller was really weird with the keypad and all, but it's pretty versatile. Yeah, I've loved Utopia and the Dungeons and Dragons branded game. Yes, the controller, yeah, it looks like a TV remote. It's got all the buttons all over it. Okay, let's not mess this up. There we go. I think, didn't it have, like, the television controller have, like, different paper inserts you put on top of it? And that would, like, tell you the mappings for the different games? I might have played a bit of it at one of the PAXs they had here in Australia. And plastic inserts that slid into the controller for each game. Yes, right. I think out of all those older consoles, the one I'd like to own the most is a Commodore 64. And that's mostly just for the music which was produced for it, because I really like the some of the soundtracks for those games. Oop. Okay. Okay, am I going fast enough for this? There we go. Okay, concentrating time. There we go. Everything's fine up until this one part, and then it's like 6 or so perfect maneuvers. No, not again. Do you realize how long we've been stuck here? Maybe we should buy a home here. This doesn't look like a place where I'd want to live. It was only a suggestion. You've said that already. You said that in Wacky World. It made more sense there. I mean, if you owned a spaceship, maybe you could just, like, fly around the galaxy. universe. Let me see. Can I do that bit faster? There's so much build up to it, and then it's just you make a mistake, you have to do the whole level again. How we go for time? Ah, okay. I guess I'll try to go through that area once more, then we'll swap over. I'll leave this for future me to worry about. It's like, it got through like half the game in the first stream, and then it slowed down quite a bit. Still been getting passed through multiple levels in each session. And there's not that many levels left, as I said. I think this is like the second, maybe third last level. Yeah, I really can't not do all this. A lot of this I'm just doing on automatic now. The game's nice in that it is, I guess, rather predictable for the most part. Except for that one part which I have trouble getting past. Because it's like two differently timed things lining up with each other. Okay. Jump, bomb. Boom. Okay. Mario Kart Rock and Roll Racing were fun racing games on the SNES. I've played a fair bit of Mario Kart through the Switch online. It reminds me an awful lot of... I had the Mario Kart on the Game Boy Advance before I lost my Game Boy Advance, and the Mario Kart game with it, which really annoyed me because I had nearly finished that 100%. That was difficult because you had to collect like... I think you had to collect like 20 coins in levels and come first or something. I have to say, having played Mario Kart 64 first, the original Mario Kart is... it's kind of difficult to go back to. Though, it is... it wasn't so bad because I did play a lot of Wacky Wheels growing up. And that is basically Mario Kart, but for the PC. I should do a stream of that. Play through Wacky Wheels. I like that. That's also got a very good soundtrack. I forget the musician at the moment, though, sadly. It was really groovy. Don't remember you had that on the SNES version. What's this? Pardon, I'm... Ooh. Oh! Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna write that down. I think we'll continue with this next time. Am I? Let me try once more. I'm going to try once more. Don't want to let it beat me. I think if you let the ship sail away completely, it will just restart. It's like a timer. Or do you want to continue? But yes, Wacky Wheels is a enjoyable kart racing game. It handles pretty well. There was a re-release of it a number of years ago, but I would recommend the original more than the re-release. It's a game where you play as zoo animals on karts and you fire hedgehogs at each other, as well as like fireballs and oil slicks and so on. It's not as... I wouldn't say it's as good as Mario Kart, but... the original Mario Kart. But... what? It's got quite a few courses for you to go through. There is a multiplayer where you can... head-to-head with people on the same computer, split screen, and it also had a battle mode where you can shoot against people, like in Mario Kart. It also had a duck shoot mode where you were driving around the levels and shooting ducks of different colors. The ducks had wheels on them, and you get points for how many ducks you managed to blow up. Wacky Wheels, wasn't that one with the animals? Yes. Played the freeware version of it. Yeah, I think that's what I played most of the time until I was able to find a CD version of it in the stores. It only had 4 characters available, and I think only the first cup, available, the bronze cup or something. Worked pretty well on the PC's time. And then there was a knockoff version which came out called Scunny Kart, which was actually done using the same code, but the company which made Wacky Wheels ended up severing their ties with the company which they were working for. But that company managed to get a copy of the source code and released Scunny Kart, I believe, before Wacky Wheels came out, but it was not very good. So, at least I think that's what happened. I haven't played Scunny Kart. I think it was based on a character which the company had made previously. Scunny was like a squirrel, I think, and they made a bunch of platformers using character, but they weren't very good. So. There is also a bunch of DOS games I would like to go back to at some point. Not really to finish. There's one in particular which I would like to do a stream of. Though I'd probably never be able to finish it. Was a rather terrible platformer based on the Jetsons. Which I don't know why I'd want to revisit it. DOS was just... It's why I played a lot of Commander Keen and things like that, because... Well, there's so many like bad platformers. You just stuck to the ones which you knew were good. There we go. Okay. Oh, sod you. Okay. Syndicate games were great games too, and Dungeon Keeper is a classic game. I do like Dungeon Keeper a lot. since I played through it myself, I think I do prefer Dungeon Keeper more than Dungeon Keeper 2, which I had played back when it came out. Just because Dungeon Keeper's got more to it. Game over. What was the password? FRGT, I think it was. You can just look it up. Okay. Before I get stuck on that level for too long, I'm going to call it there for the Lost Vikings for tonight. Ugh, we made some progress. It's just that level. Oh boy. Oh well. I'm glad that's a challenge, but very tricky, especially when it comes down to kind of luck. I'm sure you can time it correctly. Maybe I'm just being impatient. Anyway. Well, thank you very much for joining, and I hope you'll join me where we'll continue the Lost Vikings and maybe even finish it next time, depending on how fast I'm able to get through that level.